Welcome back to Secrets to Wealth, the place where we uncover the hidden strategies and mindsets that separate the rich from the poor. In today's video, we're diving into 7 wealthy habits that poor people often overlook. And missing even one of these could be the reason you feel stuck while others are creating financial freedom. If you're serious about building wealth and designing a life on your terms, make sure you hit the subscribe button right now and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the strategies the wealthy use every day. And if you find value in this video, don't forget to smash the like button because it helps the channel reach more people like you who are ready to take control of their future. Stick with me until the end because habit number 7 might just be the single most powerful shift you can make starting today. Habit number 1 is that the wealthy treat time like currency. Most people understand that money is valuable, but they overlook the fact that time is even more precious. You can lose money and earn it back, but once time is gone, it's gone forever. Poor people often treat time casually, wasting hours scrolling on social media, binge-watching shows, or procrastinating on tasks that could move their lives forward. The wealthy, on the other hand, view every hour as an investment. They ask themselves whether what they are doing right now is moving them closer to their goals or pulling them further away. Imagine if your time was worth $100 an hour. Would you spend 3 hours gossiping or watching random videos online? Probably not. That's exactly why the wealthy are so protective of their time. They outsource low-value tasks, hire people for jobs that don't require their full attention, and spend their energy on activities that generate long-term results. Warren Buffett is famous for keeping his calendar nearly empty because he values his time so highly. He only commits to what truly matters. If you want to practice this habit, start by writing down your top 3 goals for the year and compare them to how you actually spend your days. If something doesn't align, cut it out or delegate it. Poor people say they will do things when they have time. Wealthy people make time for what matters. This simple shift in mindset is the foundation for all the other habits that lead to lasting wealth. Habit number 2 is that the wealthy pay themselves first. When most people receive their paycheck, the first thing they do is pay bills, buy groceries, and spend on entertainment, only to save whatever is left over. But there's rarely anything left. That's why so many people live paycheck to paycheck. Wealthy people flip this process upside down. They take a portion of their income, 10, 15, sometimes even 20%, and put it directly into savings or investments before they pay a single bill. This is called paying yourself first, and it's how wealth is built. Think of your money like seeds. If you eat all the seeds, nothing will grow. But if you plant them first, they multiply into an orchard that feeds you for a lifetime. Even if you start small with just $20 a week, the habit itself trains your brain to prioritize building wealth over spending. Robert Kiyosaki, author of Rich Dad, Poor Dad, often shares that his mentor forced him to pay himself first, even when he didn't have enough to cover his bills. That pressure pushed him to think creatively and find new ways to earn more. The key is discipline. Poor people treat saving as optional. Wealthy people treat it as non-negotiable. If you want to put this into action, choose a percentage today and automate it so the money goes directly into a separate account before you can touch it. Over time, you'll be amazed at how quickly it grows. Remember, it's not about how much you earn. It's about how much you keep and invest. That's the secret behind paying yourself first. Habit number 3 is that the wealthy focus on continuous learning. While many people stop actively learning once they graduate from school, the wealthy never stop investing in their knowledge. They understand that the world is constantly changing, and the skills that make you money today may not be the same skills that keep you wealthy tomorrow. Poor people often consume entertainment to pass the time, while wealthy people consume information that sharpens their minds and increases their opportunities. They read books on finance, business, psychology, and personal growth. They attend seminars, listen to podcasts, and surround themselves with mentors who challenge their thinking. Bill Gates is known for reading about 50 books a year, and Elon Musk taught himself rocket science simply by devouring books and applying what he learned. The wealthy treat knowledge as a form of capital that compounds over time, just like money. If you read one book a month, that's 12 books a year, and over a decade, you've absorbed the wisdom of more than 100 experts. Compare that to someone who spends all their free time watching TV, and the difference in outcomes becomes obvious. To build this habit, replace 1 hour of entertainment each day with 1 hour of learning. It could be reading, listening, or practicing a new skill. Over time, the information you feed your brain will translate into better decisions, smarter opportunities, and ultimately, greater wealth. Remember, formal education may make you a living, but self-education makes you a fortune. Habit number 4 is that the wealthy build multiple streams of income. Most people rely on a single paycheck, and that dependence keeps them vulnerable. If they lose their job, their entire financial life collapses. Wealthy people understand that true security comes from diversification. They create several income streams so that if one slows down, the others continue to support their lifestyle. This could mean having a primary business, rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, side hustles, or royalties from intellectual property. Think about it like this. One stream can dry up, but when you have many rivers feeding your financial ocean, you never run out of water. Warren Buffett famously said, "Never depend on a single income. Make investment to create a second source." Poor people often say they don't have time to build multiple streams. But the truth is that wealthy people start small and grow over time. Maybe it's launching an online store on weekends, investing in index funds with a portion of your paycheck, or creating digital products that sell while you sleep. Each new stream builds resilience and moves you closer to financial freedom. To apply this habit, write down 3 possible income streams you could start in the next year, even if they are small. Commit to building one, then reinvest some of the profits into starting the next. Over time, you'll discover that money begins working for you instead of you always working for money. That's the power of multiple income streams, and it's a habit too many people ignore until it's too late. Habit number 5 is that the wealthy surround themselves with the right people. There's a saying that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with, and wealthy people take this very seriously. They deliberately choose to spend their time with others who inspire them, challenge them, and push them to grow. Poor people often stay in environments where everyone complains, makes excuses, and accepts mediocrity. But the wealthy seek out mentors, business partners, and networks that elevate their standards. They know that mindset is contagious, and if you hang around people who think big, you'll naturally begin to think bigger yourself. Look at any successful entrepreneur, and you'll notice they didn't build their fortune alone. They had advisors, partners, and peers who supported their journey. Even athletes and entertainers invest heavily in coaches and teams who keep them performing at the highest level. If you want to practice this habit, start by evaluating your circle. Ask yourself if the people around you encourage growth or keep you stuck. Begin attending networking events, joining mastermind groups, or even consuming content from successful individuals until you can connect with like-minded people in real life. Over time, your environment will shape your expectations, and your expectations will shape your results. Wealthy people build networks that create opportunities. Poor people settle for circles that hold them back. Choose wisely, because your future depends on it. Habit number 6 is that the wealthy practice long-term thinking. Poor people often chase quick wins, instant gratification, and shortcuts that promise fast results but rarely deliver. Wealthy people play the long game. They are patient and strategic, understanding that real wealth is built over years, not overnight. They invest in assets that grow steadily, like real estate, stocks, or businesses, and they allow compound interest to do the heavy lifting. They also make decisions today with the future in mind, asking themselves how this choice will affect them 5, 10, or even 20 years from now. Jeff Bezos often talks about making decisions based on where he wants Amazon to be decades into the future, not just the next quarter. That's why the company dominates entire industries today. On the other hand, poor people might blow money on unnecessary luxuries the moment they get a raise, while the wealthy reinvest that extra income to create even more wealth later. To build this habit, start asking yourself a simple question before any financial decision. Am I choosing short-term pleasure or long-term gain? It doesn't mean you can't enjoy life now, but it does mean you prioritize your future self. Plant seeds today, water them consistently, and in time, you'll have a forest that can provide shade and abundance for life. Long-term thinking is a habit that separates those who struggle endlessly from those who achieve lasting financial freedom. Habit number 7 is that the wealthy take calculated risks. Poor people often fear failure so much that they avoid taking risks altogether, which keeps them trapped in the same cycle year after year. Wealthy people understand that risk is a necessary part of growth, but the difference is they take risks that are calculated, informed, and strategic. They study opportunities, gather information, and prepare for different outcomes before making their move. They know that playing it safe may feel comfortable, but it rarely leads to extraordinary results. Think about entrepreneurs who started businesses, investors who bought into new industries, or creators who launched products. None of them succeeded without stepping into uncertainty, but they managed the risk by planning carefully and learning from mistakes. Poor people see risk as something to fear, while the wealthy see it as the price of admission to financial freedom. If you want to practice this habit, start small. Take a risk on a side hustle, an investment, or a new skill, but do your homework first. Learn everything you can, make a plan, and then act. Over time, your tolerance for risk grows, and so does your capacity for reward. Remember, no great fortune was ever built without stepping into the unknown. The difference is that wealthy people don't gamble blindly. They take risks that are smart, measured, and aligned with their vision. That's what allows them to create opportunities where others only see obstacles. Now that we've covered all 7 wealthy habits, let's bring it all together. The truth is, wealth isn't built by luck or chance. It's created through consistent daily actions, the kind of habits most people overlook. The wealthy treat time like currency. They pay themselves first. They never stop learning. They build multiple streams of income. They surround themselves with the right people. They think long-term, and they take calculated risks. Each of these habits on its own is powerful, but when you combine them, they transform your life. The question you need to ask yourself is this: which of these habits will you start practicing today? Because knowledge without action changes nothing. If you've made it this far, it shows you're serious about your future. And that's the first step. So take action now. Start small, stay consistent, and watch how these habits begin to compound over time. If you found value in this video, hit the like button and share it with someone who needs to hear this message. And don't forget to subscribe to Secrets to Wealth and turn on the notification bell, because we have even more strategies coming your way to help you build financial freedom. Your future wealth starts with the habits you choose today. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Remember, wealth is not just about money. It's about mindset, discipline, and the choices you make every single day. If you commit to practicing even one of these 7 habits, you'll already be ahead of most people. Imagine what your life will look like a year from now, 5 years from now, or even 10 years from now if you start today. The future version of you will thank you for the decisions you make right now. So take control, apply these habits, and begin your journey toward financial freedom. This is Secrets to Wealth, and I'll see you in the next video. And before you go, let me leave you with this final thought. Success doesn't come from massive leaps all at once. It comes from small, consistent steps taken day after day. The wealthy aren't born with superpowers. They simply commit to habits that compound into extraordinary results over time. You have that same power within you. The only question is whether you'll choose to use it. Start today, stay consistent, and never underestimate the impact of daily discipline. Your financial freedom is waiting, and it all begins with the habits you decide to embrace right now. If this message resonated with you, take a moment right now to reflect on which habit spoke to you the most and make a commitment to act on it today. Don't just let this be another video you watch and forget. Write it down, set a reminder, and take that first step. Momentum is built through action, and once you begin, you'll find that progress comes faster than you expect. The gap between where you are now and where you want to be is bridged by the choices you make in this very moment. So as you move forward, remember that wealth is not a destination. It's a journey shaped by your daily habits and mindset. Every choice you make is either moving you closer to freedom or keeping you stuck where you are. The difference between the wealthy and the poor isn't luck, it's discipline, consistency, and the willingness to do what others won't. If you stay committed, your future self will live a life that others only dream about, all because you chose to start today. Stay focused, stay disciplined, and never forget that you are capable of creating the life you truly desire. The habits we've discussed aren't secrets reserved for a select few. They are available to anyone willing to put them into practice. The sooner you begin, the sooner you'll see the results compound. Believe in your vision, trust the process, and take consistent action because your journey to wealth has already begun. Every day is an opportunity to rewrite your story and move one step closer to financial independence. Don't wait for the perfect time because the perfect time will never come. Start with what you have, where you are, and grow from there. Small, intentional actions build momentum, and momentum creates transformation. The wealthy are not defined by their resources. They are defined by their resourcefulness. You have everything you need to begin, so take ownership of your future starting now. In conclusion, the path to wealth is not about chance. It is about choice. The habits of the wealthy are not complicated, but they require discipline, patience, and consistency. Treat your time like the valuable currency it is. Pay yourself first. Never stop learning. Build multiple streams of income. Surround yourself with the right people. Think long term and take calculated risks. These are the 7 habits that can change the direction of your life if you commit to them. Wealth is built step by step, decision by decision, and habit by habit. The difference between those who remain stuck and those who achieve freedom lies in the actions taken daily. Choose to act, choose to grow, and choose to build a future you'll be proud of. Your journey to wealth begins now, and the power to create it is already in your hands.